Pathways at Chalmers Court is a 3-part project in East Austin. When all 3 phases are complete, there will be almost 400 new affordable apartments. Chalmers South, at the bottom of this plan, finished construction last year and people have already moved in. There are a few architectural elements that tie the project together. The most notable are the dark brown brick at the ground floor and white stucco at the stories above. The architects also incorporated a colorful element in each phase. Chalmers South has yellow dividers at the balconies and yellow screens at the stairs. Our tour today will be at Chalmers East, the second phase of the project. This section has 3 large buildings and almost twice as many apartments as Chalmers South. At the corner of 3rd and Chalmers is the community center with apartments. This building will be all brick, and its design signals that it is different from the other buildings, which only have apartments. There will also be a nice deck surrounding a huge tree. Let's see what Matt Beaton, one of the architects, has to say about the building and its construction.
So you can kind of see here, this is the kind of what we're calling downtown Chalmers. Behind you is the initial Chalmers South first phase, which is done. This is where it's going to be the front porch of Chalmers East. We have a big heritage tree right here, and in the city of Austin, you have a tree that big, you have to keep it, you can't cut it down, so we have to build around it, which is a really great way to think about your architecture, how it envelops the existing vegetation. So we're going to have a canopy right here, the main entrance is right here, and then again we're going to have this big, giant, gorgeous live oak tree kind of shading this whole, what will become a deck where people are going to hang out on this corner. So we'll come in, see some of the amenity spaces. Coming in the front door, to your right, you're going to see the community space. So this space is going to be used for all the Chalmers residents for meetings and events. Nice big space with natural light. Windows all the way up. So this is kind of going to be the main kind of gathering hub for Chalmers East. You get through this glass wall. This is kind of back of house area. You have your social services to the right here, and then mail. We can go look at the mail room. This is going to be your mail hub right here. So everybody's going to residents. This is basically where all the residents come. This is the main public area. So people come here to gather, to get their mail, to talk, and then the rest of the project is mainly residential units. So this is kind of the amenity zone.
Here we have a plan of a typical 1-bedroom unit. Let's check out how the construction is proceeding inside the apartments.
Okay, so this is a 1-bedroom unit. So this is like the majority of the units are 1-bedroom. Actually, I think half of them. So if you walk in this way, we don't have a lot of space totally. So what we wanted to do is maximize the living space. So we tucked the kitchen around the corner here. So you walk in. The kitchen's not, there won't be a door or anything, so it's still open to the main living room, but it has its own zone. So what that does is gets it out of the living space. So a lot of families and stuff live here, so they'll have room for like an eating area plus a good sized living room. And a lot of smaller units, the kitchen will be right in the main space and takes up half the space, but we're trying to find a way around that. This is kind of the one bathroom. Pretty straight shot. It'll be a sink, toilet, tub. And then you can see that big hole in the ceiling is where the mechanical unit is. We call that a pancake unit because it's a flat unit that sits up in the ceiling. So in smaller units, sometimes you do pancake units so that it doesn't take up extra space in a really tight apartment. And then you have your way up to the balcony here with your $1 million view of the Austin skyline. And then your bedrooms in here. And then in this unit, since it's so small, the laundry actually had to be in the living space. So sometimes there's compromises that you make to try to get things to work. But the laundry room is closed off with doors, so it basically just looks like a big closet. You can close it off, but open it up, there'll be a washer and dryer right there. So your remember the one bedroom we walked through earlier, this is the kind of the skeleton version of it before the drywall and the walls go up. So you will be able to see kind of all the systems that goes into a residential unit in this one here. So again, you remember exactly the same as the last one. We have the kitchen out to the side. This is what the plumbing looks like behind your sink. So you have water supply, you've got a drain, and then you've got vents going up because you can't have water go down without some air kind of helping it to go down. So for every drain, you've got to have a vent that goes all the way up to the roof to make the water gravity feed down. So there's a lot that goes into a kitchen, and this backs up to the bathroom, which is also on this other side. So you can kind of see. One thing we try to do is we try to take our plumbing walls and for efficiency, we try to kind of back kitchens and bathrooms up to each other when we can. So this one wall kind of takes care of the kitchen sink. It also takes care of the bathroom sink, and you can see the toilet stack there, and the toilet water supply, and then the shower and tub plumbing as well. So we're able to kind of get all this in this one area in this unit, so that just frees up the rest of the unit from having to run a lot of plumbing through it. The other area where we have plumbing is the laundry. So here's the dryer. It's going to sit here, so you can see the dryer has exhaust. Every dryer has to have exhaust air out. So the air is going to come out of that, hot air is going to come out of the dryer and go up that pipe and all the way through the ceiling and out. And so you can see that other pipe right next to it is the kitchen exhaust. So every unit has to have exhaust for the kitchen and the laundry. So you could probably trace that pipe back to somewhere in the kitchen if you wanted to. So the other thing you're going to see is and this is the washing machine, kind of the water supply and the plumbing drainage for the washing machine. So the other thing you're going to see in the ceiling are all these kind of silvery space-looking things. That's the air conditioning ductwork. So you can see. Remember we talked about the pancake unit in the bathroom is going to sit. Unless I'm lying, I think this is the way this is. It's going to sit up in here and above the bathroom, and it's going to be tied into all these ducts. So as you can see, they distribute to every room. They blow cold air down into the rooms. That's how you get your air conditioning to work. So once the ceiling's in place, you won't see any of that except for that little rectangle right there. Here's your electrical panel. So it's usually located in the master bedroom. So that's kind of all your switches for if you have a light go out or a circuit go out. That's where you have all your kind of circuit breakers for your electrical. And then your telephone box is right there for your internet and telephone.
Another important design element in any project is the landscape around the buildings, which is designed by a landscape architect. Chalmers East will have a beautiful courtyard with a terraced lawn and a covered patio. The patio doubles as a place to store rainwater below the deck. On the other side of the courtyard is a basketball court and a playground. Here you can see that each building is at a different stage in the construction process. Eventually, all the buildings will look similar to the rendering you see here. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this tour of Chalmers Courts East.